What's up, guys? Welcome back to News HL. I know it's been a long time, but I'm finally back. I've been busy, but I finally have time to upload some videos. And today, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about, are the Devils trash? Are they not good? Because last year they were pretty good, but now they're not doing so well. And in this video, we'll be talking about it. So yeah, let's get started. Before we talk about this season, let's talk about last season. New Jersey was probably one of the best teams in the NHL last year. I mean, they were unbelievable. You could see this 13-game winning streak. They were unbelievable this season. I mean, ignore that losing streak. But other than that, look how many W's you see on the screen. They were unbelievable last year. I mean, you couldn't stop them. 52, 22, and 8 is an unbelievable record. Everything was perfect for the Devils. Decent coaching, great players, Jack Hughes, Dawson Mercer, Nico Hischier, and even Luke Hughes finally coming back, and Jesper Bratt. And goalies were doing very good. Vitek Vanacek and Akira Schmid. Mackenzie Blackwood was okay, but Vitek and Schmid were both very good goalies back then. However, there was a significant change this season. As you can see here, Devils started with a good win, but then they weren't the same. I mean, they were at one point 8, 9, and 1, and just weren't the same team as they was before. Halfway through the season, they are 24, 19, and 3, almost the same amount of regulation losses that they had last season, and they're just halfway in the season, and they still have a pretty tough schedule. It just isn't looking good for the New Jersey Devils and how they are playing. Now, probably the most leading factor of why Devils aren't so good is the goaltending. I cannot express to you, as a Devils fan myself, I cannot express to you the amount of goaltending mistakes is going on. I mean, you look at Vitek Vanacek, who last season had a very good save percentage with, I believe, .914. Now he has .885, one of the worst in the NHL. Yes, his record is good, 16, 7, and 2, but at that time, defense was pretty good. But now he's at 1.885 save percentage and a 3.21 goals allowed average, which isn't good at all. Vitek, something happened to Vitek over the season, something, I don't know, but something happened to him. And you can say the same thing with Akira Schmid. Schmid was 5, 7, and 1, had a .893 save percentage and a 3.26 goals allowed average. It isn't looking good. Schmid was that bad that he had to go to the AHL, which isn't good. You never want to go to AHL if you're in the NHL. Once you're in the NHL, you want to stay there. But he had to go to the AHL because he was not that great. And they had to bring in Nico Dawes, the main AHL goalie of the Utica Comets, or that's the New Jersey Devils AHL team, and he still isn't doing the greatest. And honestly, I think he's probably the best out of Vitek and Schmid right now. Yes, his save percentage doesn't look so great, but most of his goals that he allowed weren't his fault, and the defense was just collapsing in front of him. .895 save percentage and a 3.43 goals allowed average. Again, just not great, but I think he is better than Vitek and Schmid. It just isn't looking good for the team that were almost first, not almost first, but they almost won the Metropolitan Division last year, and now they're just trying to win in the wild card. Something clearly changed, and there's another factor. The other factor, and probably the largest factor, is the injuries the Devils faced. This whole season, the Devils are injured, are just getting a ton of injuries. Last night, when the Devils played against Carolina, even the coach Lindy Ruff got hit with a puck, and he got out of the game. It's just kind of showing the Devils franchise this season. I mean, it's just a whole nutshell. That's what's happening. Jonas Siegenthaler broke his foot and is out, I believe, for the rest of the season. If not rest of the season, maybe come back in April. Brendan Smith, something happened to his knee, injury reserve. Tomas Nosek, injury reserve again. Jack Hughes, injury reserve. Something happened to his leg, I think, or upper body. Sorry. Dougie Hamilton, that really hurt the Devils. Tore his pec, I believe, in October. And ever since Dougie Hamilton got hurt, it just hasn't been doing so well. Dougie Hamilton was a big part of this Devils defense. And once they lost him, it wasn't great. And adding on Jonas Siegenthaler breaking his foot made the defense even worse. Next, you got Cal Foot and Michael McLeod. That's something I don't really want to talk about on this channel. Um, if you don't know what's going on, I'd search up about it. I don't want to talk about it on this channel. Just search up Michael McLeod. Maybe I make a separate video about that, but I do not want to talk about that. Michael McLeod, Cal Foot. Michael McLeod was a very good player on this Devils team with the #1 face-off win percentage in the NHL, but unfortunately he is gone probably for the rest of the season. And now you got Eric Hollow's day to day. He should come back. He's a big influential part of this team, but he will come back. But yeah, these injuries is terrible. It's not going great. I believe Hischer was out as well. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But this injuries has been killing this team. And Andre Palat was hurt. I believe he was out for multiple games as well. He just came back. But this whole team is injured. I mean, you cannot have a complete and good team if all your teams are injured, especially if Jack Hughes as your star player and Doug Hamilton as one of your best defensemen of the league in the league and in your team. It just isn't going to be great when you have that situation. It really isn't. So that is a huge factor in the Devils. Now, another fact that I guess you can include is just the Devils aren't playing so great. I mean, they lost to many bad teams such as Arizona, I guess Detroit, Columbus, San Jose, Anaheim 5-1. They just been losing to bad teams, and it wasn't a great season. Even without the injuries, if they had all the players, I don't think they would have been the same team. Because even in the beginning of the season, they were 8-9-1. It wasn't a good start, and just wasn't a great team overall. I mean, 8-9-1. That's not how you start. Last year, I believe they started 16-3 in the first 19 games. That's unbelievable. And then all of a sudden, they're just not a great team. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm glad to be back. It's been like I think 5 months, and I think the last video was 32 team series. That I will say I'm never doing that again. That took me a lot of time, and yeah, I'm not doing it again. So don't expect me to do it again. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. I had a lot of stuff going on, so not much time, but I'm happy. And yeah, just want to talk about my hockey. Uh, uh, yeah, go subscribe to News HL. Subscribe, like, comment down below if you any opinions. Maybe if you disagree, comment down. I like to respond. And yeah, and I like to say something. If you do like football, especially Super Bowl is coming. I know it's not hockey, but Super Bowl is coming. If you do want to watch something related to football, go to News FL. News FL. That is a branch of News HL. And yeah, it just hit 1K subs, and I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm not the one that owns the channel. Is friend John, and he's doing good. So yeah, sub to that channel and watch some of his videos. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's it. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy this video. And yeah, thank you guys, and have a great day. See ya. Now, should the Devils be concerned that they are terrible and are they trash and would not make the playoffs? I don't think so. Now, I know I've been talking a lot bad, and as Dell said myself, been very frustrating recently, but I'm not too concerned with the Devils. I mean, like I said before, they've faced many injuries, and their goalie situation is something serious. They have to do something about it. I don't know if you trade some goalie. I don't know, trading VTech is, I mean, you could trade VTech if you want to, but you have to trade for some defenseman or goalie because currently they are lacking with defense and goalie in the goalie situation, and they have to fix that because that is currently killing the team. They just lost what right here 6-5. They won, but they allowed 5 goals. They lose to Dallas 6-2. It's just that in the past 3 games, and you lose to Carolina 3-2. In the past 3 games, they allowed 15 goals. That's a 5 goals average. That's terrible. That's something you cannot allow. And I know I'm ranting a lot, but you have to do something about this goalie situation because if you keep this goalie situation, you won't make the playoffs. Even though last year they easily made the playoffs, if you have this goalie situation, you're not going to make it. So that is definitely something I believe Ryan Fitzgerald has to do. Uh, he has to do something with the goalies, but I wouldn't be too concerned because I know the Devils can do something, and they are a special team. They have many young players right here. Luke Hughes is a great player, and like I said, Con Miller. They are all great players that can definitely help the Devils team. Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer. I could just name so many. They have such great potential. And yes, this one season isn't too great, but like I said before, the injuries definitely messed up the Devils a bit. But once they become full healthy, I do think they become a much better team. I just think the beginning of the season wasn't so great, but now that they're kind of in the rhythm, I think they could come back and become a better team once they are fully healthy. I know Jack Hughes may play in the All-Star game, and after the All-Star game, he might play. Also, we don't know that because NHL is very secretive of their injuries. But other than that, are the Devils trash? And sum up my answer, I don't think so.